It has recently been confirmed that Blackpink is preparing for a new comeback scheduled for June. However, I personally don't think this is a good move for the members. While I've seen a lot of fans excited about it, the general opinion seems to lean against a new Blackpink comeback. So, let's discuss the reasons behind this and why Blackpink shouldn't come back as a group, at least for now.
It hits me like an earthquake. 더 빠르게 my heart race. 온몸이 떨려 can't stand. 널 부정할 수 없게. I think I'm gonna.
The first thing I want to clarify is that I don't want Blackpink to disband. And seeing how all the members decided to renew their contracts with YG Entertainment, they clearly don't want that either. This video is not an essay on why they should stop releasing music forever. I like Blackpink, but my issue with this comeback announcement is the timing. It feels like a desperate attempt from YG to prove that they're still in charge of managing the group, rather than a well-thought-out album release. They dropped an unexpected world tour announcement while the members were promoting and announcing their solo releases, and now they're scheduling a quick comeback to give people a real reason to see them perform. Because let's be honest, with the current situation, people who are attending the 2025 tour will likely have the same experience as going to the Born Pink tour in 2022 and 2023, since, aside from the solo releases, Blackpink hasn't really released any new group music. Besides, I have a feeling that YG isn't too thrilled about the members performing their solo music, because apart from Rose, who is under the Black label, a YG Entertainment subsidiary, the other members have released their albums under their own companies. However, YG will probably still have them perform these songs because, at the end of the day, it will bring them the money they desperately want. And it will be a request from the members themselves because they will most likely want to promote their new solo music rather than performing the old solos released under YG. There are many reasons why people are saying this comeback and this tour will be a mess. Some talk about the members' performance abilities, their willingness to actually participate, and other factors. These are all valid concerns that will somehow affect their group activities. However, they are things that were discussed for every Blackpink comeback. I want to address something I think is very important, and I haven't seen many people talk about it. The fans. Yes, I believe the fans' attitude plays a huge role in how well a group's release does. A prime example of this is how ITZY fans and the general public reacted to Sneakers, which essentially marked the beginning of their downfall. My issue with Blackpink fans is that I believe there aren't as many of them as people think. I know you're side-eyeing me right now because I'm talking about the biggest K-pop girl group ever, but let me explain. Over the past few years, the Blackpink fandom has been filled with solo stans, and it seems these fans have recently outnumbered the OT4 Blinks, especially after the members' solo releases. So, we're left with a group that has a lot of solo stans and casual listeners, but very few actual group stans. I really hope I'm mistaken, and that this won't affect the reactions to the new release, but I'm afraid that people are already showing indifference just by seeing the announcement alone. And each and every solo stan is ready to dissect the other members' moves to drag them and uplift their own fave, which won't make the group look very good in the eyes of the general public. Another reason why I think this is not a good time for Blackpink to have a group comeback is how well their solo careers are doing right now. Each member has crafted an image and a sound that is distinctive and unique to them. If this new comeback ends up being another girl crush song produced with the same old Teddy formula, it could hinder the members' artistic progression. This will especially affect Jennie and Rose, as they've distanced themselves the most from that sound and have found success among international listeners. Many people who didn't enjoy Blackpink's earlier music really connected with new releases like APT and like Jennie. Going back to the same overdone formula right now would be a major misstep for them. Lisa has kept a very similar sound to her solo releases under YG, with songs like Rockstar and Fuck Up the World reminding us of tracks like Money or La Lisa. But it is true that she is trying new things too. Songs like New Woman or Moonlight Floor could be leading us to a new era of her. Jisoo, on the other hand, hasn't promoted outside of South Korea and she hasn't released a full album either. It seems like she wants to focus on her acting career, which is why I think that promoting with Blackpink again won't affect her solo career as much as the other members. And this brings me to my next point.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the X.
YG sucks at promoting. You would think that after all these years they would have managed to come up with one good way to promote their artists' releases, but they're still using old uninteresting methods. The members have all promoted their solo work on funny and trendy interviews, popular guest shows and interactions with fans. The Black label has done a really great job at promoting Rosé's solo, but they still haven't figured out how to do the same thing for other artists like Meow or Somi, so it really just depends on which team they work with and not the company itself. I'm saying this because if the promotion YG has in mind is going to one music show and maybe giving them one dance practice and a TikTok challenge, it will not help people, including myself, to be interested in the album. I think there's a slight chance that YG could achieve a successful and well-received new release, and they have two possible ways of doing so. The first option is to appeal to the fans' nostalgia and release songs that are very similar to Boombaya, as If It's Your Last, Playing with Fire, or Whistle. And I don't mean just dropping a few references to those songs like they did in the Shut Down music video. I'm talking about releasing songs that are clearly recognizable as the successors to those early Blackpink hits. This would get everyone hyped up and could be a cool way to organize their tour setlist, starting with their debut songs and finishing with newer ones that remind fans of those first tracks, creating a full circle moment. Their second option is essentially firing Teddy and going in a completely new direction. This would mark the start of a new Blackpink era. They've been leaning into the girl crush concept for so long, and I don't think they can repeat da-da-do again, no matter how much their producer might want that to happen. Even the members seem tired of the same formula. Jennie and Lisa are experimenting with a bunch of new styles. Jisoo is making gay club music and Rose wants to join Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo as the artist who makes the most music about her exes. I have the feeling they don't want to kill this love anymore. So please, YG, give them, and us, something fresh. But anyway, expecting an album with more than 3 songs seems already too much knowing it's a YG production, so I don't think they will give all this thought on the release. Nevertheless, let's not forget that they've actually had almost 4 years to prepare for this, so the disappointment will hit harder when we see them reuse the same old stuff.